Creed is a film that stars Michael B. Jordan and Sylvester Stallone as Rocky Balboa, and his name is Adonis Johnson, and he's had a hard life. He's gone through in and out of group homes. He's always starting fights. But yeah, that's basically all you need to know. I don't want to spoil anything else because this is such a fantastic film. This is done by Ryan Coogler, who's only done 6 films before. In Fruitvale Station, and now this. With someone that's only had 2 films under their belt, they've done such a fantastic job with Creed. It's almost amazing how good this guy is. I really want to go see some of his short films now just to see where he started from and see if they're just as good as this. Because Fruitvale Station is a very dramatic and tragic and really good film. And Creed, I think, is infinitely better, even though I loved Fruitvale Station. I think Creed is maybe my favorite movie of the year so far. Creed has great performances all around. You can't deny that. It has great performances, it has great film work, great camera work, but I think my favorite thing about Creed is Ryan Coogler's direction. He knows how to blend nostalgia with an original and unique film. He gives us some nodbacks to the Rocky franchise that we love. I loved them. I loved seeing the nodbacks, but they didn't take center stage of the film. They didn't feel like it was forced. It didn't feel like, oh, here's just nostalgia. Eat up. Here's nostalgia boner. No. The thing with Creed is, it gives us an original and unique film first. It does the nostalgia second. I mean, you got to see Mighty Mix Jim. You got to see the shorts. That's the only time the nostalgia plays into the part. But it works so well because you see Apollo Creed shorts, but it helps with the plot later on. Because Donnie, he's trying to fight his father's legacy throughout the film. He wants to make it on his own. But there's this great character arc that you get to see throughout the film. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's such a cool arc. It gets so emotional. That's where Sylvester Stallone gives his greatest performance I've ever seen. I mean, you can talk about Rambo. You can talk about anything else. You can talk about, Demolition Man, sure, whatever. But this film gave Sylvester Stallone and his character Rocky emotional grounds we've never seen him on before. Because there's things that's happened in his life that it just gives his character a whole new playing ground. It's such a wide open field, and we get to see him, and I know it's cliche to say, but he's best supporting actor worthy. I mean, this guy is freaking fantastic. I thought Michael B. Jordan was also very good. He doesn't get talked about enough in this film. There's this moment where he's crying, and it's just really good. I love the performances in this. But I think one of the most underrated aspects of this film is the camera work. The camera work in this film is the best I've seen all year. There's these long, wide takes that Creed does so well. There's 2 fights in here that are purely one take. I mean, it's freaking amazing what Ryan Coogler did. I don't know who the cinematographer was, or the director of photography was, but man, these guys did such an awesome job. It's almost breathtaking, the second fight in this. My jaw literally dropped when I watched the second fight, because I think it's about 8 minutes long, but it's so good. It really gives a sense that you're watching the fight. I always felt like I was in the movie when I was watching it. That's how good the camera work was. It's something that doesn't get talked about enough in this film. I mean, whenever characters are talking, they'll do cuts in there, but a lot of the time when something interesting is happening, they'll do one take. They don't need to do cuts. They do cuts when it's necessary. A surprising element of this movie is the comedic element. It's so funny, especially Sylvester Stallone. He has some great jokes, especially in the first montage. I mean, he's surprisingly comical. I've never seen him in a role this funny. I mean, in the first Rocky, yeah, he's kind of funny. But in this movie, he's freaking hilarious. There's at least 10 times I just couldn't hold myself in. I was laughing out loud. And the audience agreed with me. They were laughing out loud too. That's how good of a performance he was giving. He was comical, he was dramatic, he was emotional. He had the emotional spectrum out there. And I just ate it up. I loved it. I freaking loved Sylvester Stallone. he's such a good element of this movie. And I also love the love interest of Michael B. Jordan because they have such a great relationship, not even chemistry, because they also have a unique and dynamic relationship that changes throughout the film. That's one of the things I love about this film, that each relationship and each character is dynamic. No one's static. Everyone keeps changing and changing and changing and changing. As we get through the film, we also get to see that what we thought about a character wasn't what it was at all. It just keeps changing and changing, and the film is just so breathtaking and riveting, and I just really, really, really dug Creed. I really only had a few flaws with this movie, and that was a little bit of pronoun. There was a little bit of pronoun game dialogue in like the first 10 minutes, and also there was a little bit of audio dubbing in this one scene in the first act that I didn't like. But that's it. Everything else is just really, really just breathtaking and dramatic, and I don't ever use this word, but lovely. It was just a lovely experience. I saw this film twice. I haven't seen The Martian or Krampus or a few other ones. I just haven't had time to see. But I've seen this film 2 times when I could have saw a bunch of other releases. That it was just that good of a movie. I think it beat Mad Max Fury Road for my #1 spot. The greatest thing about this movie is its grittiness. I feel like I'm walking with them as they're fighting, as they're training, as they're talking, as they're going through these character arcs. I feel like I'm a part of these characters' life. I'm like Creed #2. I mean, you feel like you're just Creed's best friend. You feel like you've been with him there through the end of the line. That's a Captain America quote. But, wrong movie. Hopefully, Ryan Coogler gets Black Panther, though. That would be great. Even though he's had 2 films under his belt. Another great thing that would work with Black Panther if he did it is the action. And the action in this movie is so great because the characters feel vulnerable. I feel like Adonis is always about to be knocked down, or the guy he's fighting is about to be knocked down. It's just great, great blow-for-blow action. I feel like I'm watching boxing. I'm not even a boxing fan, and I love the action in this. Another great thing is the magic and the vision in this movie. Ryan Coogler has such a great presence behind the film. You can really feel it as you watch it. I think it's one of the best movies of the year, though. It rivals Rocky 1. It certainly does. Check it out. Think for yourselves. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tell me what you thought of Creed. Make sure to like, favorite, subscribe, share. You know what to do. Thank you.